Hey guys, Golden here. Welcome to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. So before I start, I wanted to thank you guys. Today is 1 month since I started the channel, and it's been great. I've been enjoying making the videos, and I've appreciated all of the wonderful comments you guys have had on the videos. One comment I got yesterday, somebody asked me how I was making the videos, because being such a small channel, a lot of times the quality of the videos you see in smaller channels isn't very good. So I'm going to make a video kind of overviewing my how I got into streaming and how to make quality videos for very, very cheap. And it's really easy to get into streaming, and it's really fun. Like, it allows you to kind of be a part of the community and that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in a video like that, I should be coming out with the next couple weeks, and if not, sorry, I'm doing it anyways, but that's it. All right, so let's get into the deck. So I hit Mythic over the weekend on Saturday using a mixture of the blue-white control deck that PVDDR actually ended up winning on Sunday with, and some Golgari Adventure aggro. So that was a deck I've showcased a few weeks ago that I really enjoy playing, and I used that through a lot of the ranks as well. The blue-white was really, really good. Obviously, he won the world championship with it. It was just it takes a long time to grind with a deck like that to get up the ladder. So I like to use some aggro mixed in there. Also, it's a little bit faster as long as you keep a good win rate. But now we're in Mythic. We get to play some fun decks against some good players, and the deck I chose to start off with was Grixis. So Grixis is a ton of fun. That color combination has a lot of really interesting cards in it. There's one interaction right now that this list isn't new. Grixis Midrange isn't a new list, but it's the first time I've played it since the new set came out. And there's one specific interaction that is extremely fun and very good when it works. You have Kroxa, one of the Titan cards. Whenever it enters the battlefield, the opponent loses 3 life and discards a card. And when it attacks, when it goes in the battlefield, though, it sacrifices right away, goes to the graveyard. But you have Lazav, which you can pay only 2 mana to turn into a copy of Kroxa. Lazav maintains his name, though, so that means that you can have multiple copies. You can have real Kroxa and fake Kroxa on the battlefield at the same time, which can be very good. Also, you can get this down on turn 4. Kroxa's Escape is great later in the game, but it's hard to get 5 cards in the graveyard by turn 4 unless you're milling yourself. So this allows you to get Kroxa on the battlefield very early. You don't get the ETB when you turn Lazav into Kroxa because it's not entering the battlefield, but you do get the attack triggers whenever you attack with it. So very good interaction, and fuels a lot of early aggression in this deck that I think requires an answer from your opponent, because if they can't answer this stuff early, you win. So you can hopefully run them out of their answers early and open it up for your good mid-range and top-end cards for sure. So we also have Thief of Sanity. This card is one of my favorite cards to play with, and in Grixis and Dimir and Esper builds, it's so much fun whenever you can get this down and stick it for a turn or two. And a lot of times, if it hits 2 to 3 times, you're probably going to win, because you're just stealing their cards and you're going to outvalue them, unless you get extremely unlucky and just get lands. But this card, whenever it goes off, is so much fun. It's vulnerable to a lot of removal and to some burn, but it's worth playing with. I think it's one of the reasons this archetype is so much fun, and a lot of the mid-range archetypes for blue and black are so much fun to play is Thief of Sanity. So that's in there. You can also turn Lazav into Thief of Sanity as well. So if they remove it and then you get Lazav down, you turn into Thief of Sanity and you can attack in. It's another good recurring threat that they have to deal with, or else you win. So a lot of high value cards there, surrounded by some of the normal Grixis control stuff with Angrath's Rampage and Tyrant Scorn and Thought Erasure. Obviously very, very good cards as well. On the top end, we have Cavalier. This one's good. You can bring back a Thief of Sanity or a Lazav or a Kroxa. That's one of the reasons why it's in this deck. Also add some removal, although you don't have a lot that you're probably going to be sacrificing with Cavalier, so it functions better as a recursion engine for your 2 mana and 3 mana creatures, but it has lifelink, so against mono red, if you can get this down, a lot of times that can help you win if you've been able to get to 5 mana as well. And then above that, we have Ashiok, Nicol Bolas, and Enter the God Eternals. So Nikki B, if it's Grixis, you gotta have Nikki B. Let's be real. That Nikki B is Grixis, so that's in there. Very powerful card. If you can, once you get it on the board, you can copy Ashiok's triggers. You can just use it to kill stuff, to force them to get rid of a lot of their resources. Very, very, very good card. That's in there for our top end. So for our sideboard, we have Shadowspear. That's basically in there for Dream Trawler. And against any other indestructible cards from the new set that can be a real pain in the ass. So that's in there so we can deal with those. Pay 1 mana so they can lose their strongest abilities seem good. Aether Guns for green, Disdainful Stroke and Negate, and Agonizing Remorse, all for the control matchups. Epic Downfall for the mid-range creatures and some of the control type creatures. Noxious Grasp for any green or white build. Angrath's Rampage, which is very good against Dream Trawler, very good in it's good against mono red as well. And Storm's Wrath for mono red. So this one, a lot of the builds I saw were running Ritual of Soot. I decided on Storm's Wrath because it also hits Torbrand against mono red. Because Torbrand is 4 CMC, Ritual of Soot only hits 3 and less, but Torbrand also only has 4 health, so this will still kill it. That's one of the main reasons I switched it out. I think it's the right play. The only downside in this deck is we tend to run more blue and black mana. We do have a lot of red in there though, so it's not that much different, but I feel like that's why a lot of people are running Ritual of Soot over this, but I decided to kind of go with this instead. So that's the deck. That's the sideboard, main board, and I hope you enjoy it. I have one matchup coming up to showcase against Dimir, and it's a really good matchup. I enjoyed it. I think it's a good game. So enjoy it. Shoot a comment below if you try this deck out and you have anything that you may have changed or let me know how it did, and I'd love to hear it. All right, guys. Thanks. See ya. All right. Well, we have a lot of Lazav and a Thought Erasure. Not really what we want, so I'm going to get rid of that. Also, not really what we want, but we do have Angrath's Rampage. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to send back Ashiok. We really just need blue mana, but we have some Scry early. So probably against Esper. Okay, that'll give us blue mana. I'm going to keep it there. Probably just put it down next turn to crack it. Oh. Let's see what he decides to take. He doesn't know what I have on top of my library, so maybe he'll just take the Rampage. But I don't know that he has a lot. I mean, Planeswalkers, if it's Esper and not Dimir, he might go up to Big Bird, Dream Trawler. As I'm recording this is 1 month since I started the channel, so really excited. Thank you guys for anybody that's subscribed to the channel that enjoys watching these videos that I'm making. I really appreciate it. Alright, so he does indeed take the Thought Erasure. Probably could have dropped the Temple and saved Fabled Passage now that I don't have Thought Erasure, but it's okay. We can get Lazav down. Let's see what we have on top of our library first before putting Lazav. Another Cavalier, not what we need. Getting to 5th land would be good. This seems like Dimir. It's interesting. So this is 282. I've fallen out of the ranked, out of the top 1500. I haven't played it. I didn't play yesterday, so kind of my rank started to go down. I'm gonna keep another land. Put it down now. So next turn we can Cavalier or Nikki B. Yep. More threats is always a good thing. So he knows I have Nicol Bolas. So there goes Daz's intervention. I would imagine he has another counter, or else he wouldn't have used that since he knows I'm going up to Nicol Bolas next turn. Okay, so now I have a decision. I can drop Nikki B. It's gonna get countered. Could also go with the Cavalier. He may not have. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna play into it. He knows I have it. We'll force him to counter that. Okay, so he doesn't know what else I have, so I'm hoping maybe I can get him to tap out, so he doesn't have a counter open. I can drop Ashiok. Alright, still has counter mana open. Let me scry and see what I get. Into the God Eternals. You know what? It does put a threat on the board. It's something that I can definitely use. I could just Angrath's Rampage now, but assuming he probably has maybe an Ashiok of his own, I'm going to try to drop the Cavalier. Get a big threat on the board. Okay, lets it through. Let's see if he has removal. There goes our Ashiok. Okay, so he's tapped out. We'll enter the God Eternals, get another threat on the board. Do I want to mill him? Or myself? I could mill myself. Try to get a... Yeah, I'm gonna mill myself. Try to get a Kroxa in the graveyard. Nope, I get another Lazav and a Murder Strider. Not great, but we did get through some cards we really didn't want. A little bit low to the ground. Okay, that's good. We can take that out easy enough. Ah, alright, he does that. That's bad. Get a Kroxa. I didn't think about that play. So we'll do that, and then we will escape Kroxa. So he'll lose 2 cards out of his hand. Oh, never mind. We don't have the double red. Crap. That's alright. That was still the only play we really had. We'll escape it this turn. Let's hope Kroxy Boy doesn't get countered. Let's see. Let's get rid of the Planeswalkers. I'm gonna keep the creatures in case we draw Lazav.
Will be painful.
Oh, he actually hits the board. That's a good thing. Okay, that's fine. So it's a 2-for-1. He still loses a card out of his hand. Brazen Borrower. Let's scry and see what we have coming up. Thought Erasure. Now, here's the thing. This is gone anyways because of the Nightmare token. Let's kind of move away. Should have looked. I'm not sure what he's at. He minused it, so we're probably safe. I'm going to leave it there because I don't really want it at this point, and I'll rather him exile that than whatever's after it. Just in case we have something important coming up after it. He's a while away from 7, and even if he's at 7, I don't have any cards in my hand, so that doesn't really do much for him either. Okay. I mean, what else did he? Alright, so... Actually, I need to get that Ashiok off the board, so I'm going to try to Kroxa first. And then Angrass Rampage, so... Didn't really seem like he had a counter. Okay, there we go. But it'll make him discard a card. Another Brazen Borrower. That could have been used to bounce. Let's see. Get rid of that Ashiok. Let's see, does he have anything? Alright, Murderous Rider's that. Okay, so we definitely need to draw in something. Okay, that's fine. Put out some Ashiok. That is not something. Another Ashiok. What's that? What's that last card? Land. Okay. Come on. Give me something good. Give me another temple. Leave it there. Let him exile that. Tops them both. Let's see what this is probably going to be the end of the game. We'll see what we draw, but... Ah! Atris is good. So I have 2 cards in my library, one of them being Kroxa. If he gives me, yep. I'm gonna leave that in my hand for now. Oh, actually, what am I talking about? No. Takes me to 4, but we're gonna get one of these things off the board. 3-2, 2-3 doesn't really. They're all the same. Ooh, that's bad. Alright. Okay, we'll go to the next game. Alright, so we know what we're up against now. Put in Disdainful Stroke. Oh. I mean, we could negate. Let's get some discard effects. Another Angrass Rampage. Yeah, we'll put in the other 2 negates. What don't we want here? I don't think we really need Nightmare Shepherd. The Thieves can be good, even though they're a little bit susceptible for dying. He's probably not going to put any board clears in, so it's probably correct. Murderous Rider. Take out the Planeswalkers. Enter the God Eternals. Even though we used it last turn, it's not really that good. Or last game. Let's see. 3 more cuts. take out. We'll take out the Tyrant Scorns. We'll take out actually all of them. I'm going to put the Nightmare Shepherd back in. It's another flying threat. I mean, it's 4 mana, obviously, against this deck is something we're going to get to, so. Yep. We gon' keep. So Temple of Malice into Swamp, Kroxa. We'll have Murderous Rider the turn after that. Nightmare Shepherd, so this is a good curve. Let's see what's coming up. Yep, we'll keep Ashiok. He leads off with the old Fabled Passage. We're gonna get Thought Erased because they always have it. Every damn time. But we got one too. I'm gonna pay for it. I want to see what we're working with. Yep. Yep. Rid of the Murderous Rider. Alright, so if we get another land, we can get Ashiok down. Right now, all I see is 2 lands. Obviously, he probably top decked a counterspell because that's how life is. But we gotta try. There we go.
I wonder if terror lurks among us.
He gets a Thief down. He's playing right into Murderous Rider though, so we'll see. We're gonna do this first. Just to see, okay. Goes down. Okay. Ether Extinction. Mystical Dispute. Make another token. We're at 7. So I could have kept that in my hand, but I did want to see. I mean, yeah. It's not a lot of ways right now. I mean, he's on top decks. If he puts down something good, then at least we can take this out. If he gets another Thief down or something, we don't really have any removal, and something like Thief of Sanity is a huge problem. All right, so that was good. We take it. We overwhelm him. Mid-range deck doing what mid-range decks do. We'll leave it like that. I don't see any difference. Obviously, we could board in the Scorns for Thief of Sanity. We'll see if he leaves Thief in. I'm going to take 2 negates out and put 2 of the Scorns back in. That might be wrong, but if he gets a Thief down on 3 and we don't have anything to respond to it, he could just run away with the game. So I'm going to take that risk. Okay, that's good. It's a good start. So we have Kroxa on 2, Lazav, and then into turn 4. Yeah, we want to hit our land drops up to Nikki B. Okay, he's going to Thought Erasure. I'm curious as to what he takes. He takes the Thought Erasure that I have, or if he takes the Lazav. He sees what I'm assuming he knows what I can do. I can Kroxa. Okay, takes a Thought Erasure. That makes my decision a little bit easier. But here's the question: do I guess it doesn't really matter, right? Let's get the card out of him. Drops the duress. I'm surprised. Okay, that changes it a little bit. I'm actually going to Kroxa again, just to hit his hand. He dropped the duress, so he probably doesn't have much. Okay, Tyrant Scorn. Just run him out of resources. Thief of Sanity that he knows about. Put that in tapped. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna keep that. Turn this into a Kroxa. Could have Agonizing Remorse, but I guess I could have Agonizing Remorse this turn and then turned it into it next turn and attacked, which probably would have been a better play. Yeah. Okay. See, if we hit a land, I could put... Oh, wait, I already know what's coming up. What am I thinking? Okay, so he has one card. No, let's just do this. Let's make the sensible play. Murderous Rider. It's fine. There we go. Ashiok goes down. We have Murderous Rider in response. I would like to get another land. We don't hit it. Although we can Kroxa, but... Yeah, I gotta get that Ashiok off the field. It still has one card, so I can Kroxa next turn. That'll force him to discard. I'm actually just gonna do this. Okay. See if he was able to pick up an answer. Of course he was. Alright, I gotta... Let's see, land. Alright, nothing in the hand. Draw a land, it's tapped, but that's okay. Okay, so we're very close to that tipping point now. He's on top decks. Obviously he has Chemist's Insight, but that... Okay. Let's get Nikki B down. Okay. Alright. Alright, I'm going to attack with Kroxa, force him to discard the last card that he had. There we go. Start doing damage. He has the Murderous Riders, but I should be able to deal with those here shortly anyways. See what he decides to take. I'll drop the Cavalier next turn, so his best bet's probably that. But all three of these are big threats. Okay, he takes Ashiok. Okay, so I'm gonna drop the Cavalier. Gives me the lifelink. That. Keeping the pressure on. So by attacking there, I do risk him top decking removal. That would be very bad. But I want to keep the pressure on him. And with the Cavalier, I can bring back Thief of Sanity. Actually, I can also bring back another Kroxa. Perfect. Alright, we lose the first one, but we were able to take the next two. So, that was good. Oh, back into the ranks. Look, we shot all the way up to 1124. That's what I like to see. Yeah, so good showing for the deck. Shows kind of how that deck can function once it kind of gets rolling. If you can get ahead in the beginning, a lot of times the value of your cards can just outvalue your opponent, and it has a good top end, good middle game. So give it a shot. Let me know how you think. I did play this against Mono Red, and it has good play against Mono Red. You have things like Angrass Rampage, Tyrant Scorn. You can get rid of a lot of their stuff. So it definitely does well in a lot of different situations, and it's pretty flexible. It can be built a lot of different ways, but Thief of Sanity is a great card. It's so much fun when you can get it down and you can hit with it. And Kroxa, bringing it back with Lazav, is another awesome interaction that it just feels like you're cheating when it works. It doesn't always work, but it feels like you're cheating. So give it a shot. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your guys' support. I appreciate you guys tuning into the channel, and I'll see you next time.